All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we are tackling a really critical strategic choice that enterprise finance leaders are facing literally right now. We're looking at WNS versus Tata Consultancy Services for finance shared services transformation. The huge question we're going to answer for you today is this: which partner actually delivers greater value for a modern finance organization?
Listen to this, because we're going to disrupt some standard thinking right off the bat. Finance transformation is not the same as technology transformation. You'd be amazed how many organizations assume these two things are identical, and honestly, it completely alters their trajectory. So let's clear up this core misunderstanding.
Here's a quick look at our roadmap. We'll cover the evolution of finance, the tech versus operational divide, and then systematically evaluate the WNS and TCS approaches. Then we'll wrap up by looking at how to choose your partner and what the future holds.
Okay, Section 1, the evolution of finance. And the big takeaway here is that shared services have moved way beyond just basic cost reduction.
Modern finance shared services transformation is a complete redesign of operations. By blending standardization with AI and analytics, modern CFOs are building faster, much smarter, and highly predictive capabilities. It's not just about, processing invoices cheaper anymore. It's about building this agile engine that actually drives enterprise growth. Moving right along to Section 2, Tech versus Operational Transformation. Let's dive into this and uncover the critical difference between modernizing your IT and redesigning your operations.
This brilliantly illustrates the divide. On one side, you have technology transformation. This is heavily focused on the systems, the platforms, deploying shiny new software. But on the other side, operational transformation is all about your actual workflows, how you make decisions, and those measurable business outcomes. These are two totally different transformation philosophies. Treating them like they're the exact same thing? That's a huge pitfall.
Think about it like this. Implementing a brand new ERP system alone absolutely does not guarantee faster closing cycles. No way. It doesn't magically give you better cash flow visibility, it's not going to automatically lower your DSO, and it certainly won't just generate higher productivity on its own. You can't just buy new tech and expect operational miracles. You need operational redesign for that.
Section 3. The WNS approach. Let's explore Path A and see how WNS tackles this as a highly specialized partner.
So, WNS is an intelligent operations provider, and they are heavily powered by something called agentic AI. This means the AI acts autonomously to solve problems without needing a human to constantly click a button. And they pair that with incredibly deep finance specialization. Basically, they view transformation through the lens of finance, governance, and compliance, rather than just saying, hey, let's deploy some software.
What makes their approach so effective is the end-to-end coverage. We're talking the whole shebang: procure to pay, record to report, quote to sustain, FP&A, and treasury ops. Having this full lifecycle coverage means you aren't just fixing isolated silos. You're reducing enterprise fragmentation across the board.
Let's see how this builds when we bring AI into the mix. A lot of providers talk a big game about artificial intelligence, right? But WNS actually operationalizes it right inside those daily finance processes. It automates the repetitive stuff, vastly improves exception handling, and really accelerates the cycle time. Because they focus so heavily on operations, WNS targets entirely outcome-driven transformations. They are aiming for very specific, measurable improvements: working capital improvement, cash flow optimization, and real DSO reduction. These are the exact metrics that modern CFOs are actually held accountable for. All right, let's pivot to Section 4, the TCS approach. Let's take a look at Path B and the massive scale of Tata Consultancy Services. TCS is a heavy hitter, a global leader in IT services, consulting, and massive, large-scale tech transformation. Where WNS comes in with that specialized finance operations lens, TCS approaches things primarily from a highly capable enterprise-wide technology perspective. And there are absolutely scenarios where TCS just excels. If you were staring down the barrel of a massive ERP implementation, huge SAP or Oracle initiatives, enterprise-wide IT modernization, or just incredibly complex tech integration, well, that's where TCS's deep technology heritage provides undeniable value to an organization. Section 5. Choosing the right partner. Let's look at a decision matrix to help you align your priorities.
Now, what's really interesting about this matrix is how clearly it maps out these totally different strengths. Check out domain specialization. WNS is extremely deep in finance, while TCS has a much broader enterprise focus. Agentic AI is a core differentiator for WNS. But if you need hardcore, heavy-lifting ERP implementation, that's the core strength of TCS. It's really all about matching your unique priorities to the right skill set.
Which brings us to the questions you really have to ask yourself. Number 1, does your provider actually understand finance beyond the technology? Like, are they bringing deep insights into compliance and industry-specific challenges, or are they literally just installing software? And here's the second big one. Can they combine AI, analytics, and process transformation to truly improve your working capital? I want you to just let the strategic weight of that sink in for a second. Genuine transformation isn't a software patch. It's operational redesign that fundamentally changes your cash flow.
Finally, Section 6, the future of finance. Because, let's face it, you're picking a partner for where you're going, not just where you are right now.
The next generation of finance is arriving incredibly fast. We are hurtling toward autonomous finance ops, predictive analytics, real-time reporting, and full-on digital controllership. Shared services are becoming a strategic growth engine, and having the right foundational partner is absolutely crucial to unlocking these advantages.
So to wrap up our comparison, TCS is a fantastically strong choice if your primary hurdle right now is ERP modernization and big enterprise-wide tech transformation. On the flip side, WNS is an incredibly strong choice if you're after intelligent finance operations, optimizing that working capital, and bringing in agentic AI. Both paths are completely valid. It just depends on your goal.
Ultimately, it all boils down to this. Is your primary objective technology transformation, or is it finance operations transformation? You got to look inward at your true mandate. Are you just upgrading your IT systems, or are you fundamentally redesigning how your finance organization creates value? That's the key question that should guide your next big move. Thanks for tuning into this explainer, and keep learning.